Hello, welcome to another episode of Africa This Month on Ominira TV. Hi, I'm Lanre-Peter, and this is where I bring to you issues of happenings across the continent. So here are my stories this month. 1. On the 22nd of February, presidential election was held in Togo, where the incumbent president, Faure Gnassingbé, has been re-elected. If you remember, Faure Gnassingbé assumed office in the year 2005 following the death of his father, Eyadema Gnassingbé, who governed the country for 38 years. It was in 2017 and 2018 that Togolese took to the streets to protest against unlimited political term in their country. Before now, you could run for a political office for as many times as you want, but following the constitutional change after the protest, now in Togo, when you run for a political office, you only have rights to a 2 5-year term. That, unfortunately for Faure Gnassingbé, means that he won't be able to govern the country till death like his father did. But fortunately for Togolese, this means that their voice has been heard, or rather, their voice is being heard. And that brings me to my second story, which is from Cameroon. On the 14th of February, there was a massacre in Ngabo, a village in the Anglophone region of the country, where 23 people were killed by men in army uniform. Days after this incident, the French president called this incident an intolerable human rights violation and said that he will put pressure on President Paul Biya of Cameroon. But this didn't go down well with some Cameroonians who took a protest to the French embassy demanding an apology of the French leader and shouting that Cameroon is a sovereign state and not a state in his country. It is worthy to know that the conflict going on between the Francophone and the Anglophone region of the country has been President Biya's toughest task for over 30 years, being a leader in that country. However, it's also been reported in other news that the United States and France are at loggerheads on how to deal with Cameroon in this situation, because the US wants to apply sanctions, but on the other side, France is generally supportive of the regime. Well, in all of this, my hope is that Cameroonians would overcome this stronghold of autocracy and begin to reap the dividends of democracy and good governance. My third story is from Nigeria, where a bill to establish an agency for the education, rehabilitation, and reintegration of repentant Boko Haram members has passed first reading at the Nigerian Senate. In fact, some days after the bill was read, about 25 repentant Boko Haram members returned to Nigeria from Niger Republic. And this bill has attracted angry reactions across the country. People are asking, is this the right thing to do? More so, should Nigeria take part of funds allocated for the education sector to set up this agency? So those are the questions going around about that bill, but I'd like to hear your thoughts. Should Nigeria rehabilitate and reintegrate repentant Boko Haram members? What do you think? And this brings me to my last story. On the 13th of February, the Federal High Court in Cross River State, Nigeria, released Agbajalingo on bail after being in prison for 175 days. Agbajalingo is the publisher of Cross River Watch and is being charged with treasonable felony, instigating terrorism, and publishing false information after he demanded that the Cross River State government be accountable for a 500 million naira that was released for the state's microfinance bank project. If found guilty of these charges, Agbajalingo would face a life sentence. But this doesn't have to be if you and her stand up to be a voice for him and others like Omoyele Sowore and Olawale Bakare, whose cases are still in court. Progress and freedom is at stake in any society where journalists and civil society organizers are attacked and unjustly imprisoned. And I hope that as Nigerians will continue to lend our voice to ensure that freedom of expression is not restricted in the country, because when freedom of expression is restricted, when our journalists cannot speak up, when Nigerians cannot protest to express displeasure at a thing, it is bad for the society. And that's the much that I have for you this month. I hope that you find it interesting, and I thank you for your time. Please subscribe to Ominira TV on YouTube if you haven't done that already, and please share this with your friend.